The Cheeseboy 628 Show, starring Cheeseboy 628.
Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Cheeseboy628 here today, giving you an OU tier X and Y Wi-Fi battle. Now, before we get into this team preview here, let's talk about this background music. Yes, it is new, and yes, it has been created by me. After a couple of days of dedication, I was able to put this all together. I think it turned out pretty nice, and if you like it, please let me know what you think, because I actually recorded over this song, being lyrics and chorus and all, you name it. And so if you want to see that song, please let me know in the comments as well, and I'll be more than glad to post it. Now, getting to the team preview, let's look at my opponent's team here. As you probably know my team by now, half of my opponent's team outspeeds my entire team. Fortunately, Galvangel isn't the strongest of offensive pokes, but Garchomp and Greninja can be very scary. I need to figure out their sets fast so I can figure out a way to take them out. So let's see how this battle goes. So I'm going to start with my Rotom Wash, as it is a very nice lead, and he's going to start with his Charizard. Now, Charizard is definitely a Mega, and it's going to be X or Y. Now, if it's Y, he's going to go for the Solar Beam right now, in which case I am going to be going right into my Heatran, which is exactly what I do. So I should be able to hopefully quad resist the incoming Solar Beam, which it does Mega Evolve into Charizard Y, so I am perfectly fine here in a really good position. Now, it may carry the Focus Blast, which could hurt a bit for sure, but I am specially defensive, so I know I can take at least one and definitely get up my rocks. Now, he does switch out to his Scrafty here, and I'm not sure what kind of set it's going to be. There are a couple variations, as Assault Vest is probably its most popular one, but he doesn't have Intimidate, so maybe he's a Dragon Dance Sweeper. I guess we will figure out here, as yes it is, and so I actually am going to stay in here, which is kind of risky in my opinion, but you know, what are you going to do? As I do have a Sun Boosted Lava Plume coming toward him. Now, it turns out he has the red card. Now, I definitely wasn't expecting that, nor do I necessarily agree with that item as his held item, but what are you gonna do? So he actually drags me out to my B-Sharp, so I'm like, nope, I ain't staying in here. I'm not confident with my Iron Head being able to take him out, and so I'm gonna go right to my Landers, resist the Drain Punch, go for a nice Life Orb, Sheer Force, Earth Power, Max Spatak, and it's going to Destrolish that Scrafty. Now, the thing is, he brings in his Greninja here, and of course Greninja outspeeds me, and it's just no bueno for me. So I'm going to go to my Rotom Wash, try to take whatever he has. As long as he doesn't have HP Grass, I should be fine. And he does go for the Skull and doesn't burn me, so that's pretty fantastic actually. So I think I'm pretty free to go for a Volt Switch right now, as he actually does bring in his Galvantula. Now, I do have my rocks up, so if he does have a Sash, it is definitely broken. And so this Volt Switch is going to do a ton of damage. Now, this is perfect for me because I can go right to my Mega Medicham right now. You just go for a nice Mega Evolution and go for the Fake Out. But he's actually going to bring in his Charizard, which I'm not too sure on this play, as this Fake Out plus the rocks is going to put him at around 75%. So unless he's timid, which he probably is to be fair, I'm not thinking he's going to have a very good chance. In fact, I should go for the Bullet Punch in order to ensure that he dies this turn, and he is going to go down, so he just loses his Charizard. Now, he goes into his Galvantula, which I do not understand, so I just go for another Bullet Punch, and I am able to take him out. Now he goes into his Garchomp, which definitely outspeeds me as long as he has max speed, and so I'm like, I don't know what he's going to do, so I'm just going to stay in here and maybe just take a hit, and I do. I don't even know how. That was probably a really bad play on my part, but you know, it was like, can I predict the Outrage or do I predict the EQ? So I just stayed in. I was actually bulking enough to take it. I go for the HJK and Destrolish him. Now he goes into his Registeel, and really that's just setup fodder for me. I don't care if he gets up rocks. I don't care if he goes for a T-Wave. It's going pretty nicely for me because I just got off a nice Swords Dance. I do have that Sucker Punch for priority. So it turns out this Registeel has the Quick Claw, which is not illegal, but it's rather frowned upon in the competitive meta. But I mean, it'll be fine. He goes for the Thunderbolt, which is kind of interesting, so I guess he's specially oriented when it comes to any form of offense, and that's not going to be a big deal, except I do get paralyzed, and so this just ain't working out for me right now. And this Quick Claw is activating way more than 10%, and he gets a crit, and then I get paralyzed, and I'm like, that's it, I have to go for a Sucker Punch to try to do damage, and I am able to take him out, and I'm kind of surprised about that, because Registeel is bulky, but I'm going to go down from the Life Orb. But yeah, so this opponent of mine has some questionable items, so to say, but it's still relatively close, surprisingly enough. Now, he's going to go into his Greninja here, and this Dark Pulse is going to hurt a lot. I am max HP, and I do not eat up this hit, and I want to go for Sacred Sword, but it just doesn't happen, because he flinches me. So I'm like, okay, gotta go for a Shadow Sneak, and I'm gonna go down. But yeah, this Greninja is just like, let me just destroy your life with the Dark Pulse, and I'm like, what the heck, man? So yeah, I'm gonna have to go into my Rotom here, and by the way, I did go for the Sacred Sword on that Greninja. I knew that was happening. Just flinched, and then this Rotom Wash is like, what's going on, man? I'm gonna flinch this Dark Pulse as well, and you know, I'm gonna take this hit. Yes, I do take a hit. There is hope in life, and this Volt Switch is able to take out this Greninja, and that is going to be the game. And it came a lot closer than it should have, because if he would have just taken me out there or just flinched me, well, I would have had my Landorus, and that does not be good, because I would be ice beamed into face. But I think I still had my Heatran, so I probably could have Earth powered that Greninja after taking a Scald, as long as he hopefully didn't have Hydro Pump as another Water Stab. But nonetheless, that is the game, and I do hope you all enjoyed that somewhat of a goofy match. And let me know what you think of the music, as it is much appreciated to hear your feedback, and thank you all for watching. Like, comment, sub, and until later, peace.